Hey everyone, Draftful Dodger Season 2, Episode 1 is in here. After a short break, I came back to you as usual. My name is Vova Zeeon. I'm a stand-up comedian from Ukraine who tries to make it in Toronto. And the second season, I would like to start with a new format. So we're gonna do the interviews with a bunch of comics that I like and that I appreciate their style on the stage. So if you like this, please support me on Buy Me a Coffee or follow me on social media and the comics as well that I'm going to present to you. So yeah, today we're going to talk with Matthew Cumming. He's one of the rising stars of comedy in Toronto, and I hope also Erie, Pennsylvania, where is he originally from. And it was a really good conversation, in my opinion. We talked about different kind of topics with him. And Matthew asked me about not editing this stuff. So I'm putting this episode as it is. So please enjoy and let's roll. All right. I'm not going to do the introduction because I will record it before, but after, not before. Anyways, here today at my podcast, Draftful Dodger, we have a special guest. Here's Matthew Cumming. Thanks for coming, Matthew.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, Matthew is really a good stand-up comedian who actually is from Erie, Pennsylvania, but sometimes he comes to Toronto.
Sometimes.
Frequently. Let's say honestly, frequently.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really love your style. I really love that you, how do you still look for your voice, or have you found it already?
Have I found my voice?
Yeah, in comedy.
Well, no, because my voice is always changing. Because everybody's changing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, my voice changes based on what I'm trying to say. You know, that's what I guess your voice would be, what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
So, my voice, I feel like my voice is only as good as the information I know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm getting a little too deep on this. That was too deep a question, man.
It's okay, but
right off the bat.
Why not? We're trying to take it serious.
Yeah.
We're taking comedy seriously. So why not?
Yeah, I know. Man, you really freak people out sometimes.
I know.
It's cool. I do too.
And that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, the first question that actually was I was thinking about to ask you was how do you actually react when you're bombing? But it's not a suitable question to start the conversation, but in general, the reaction is all the same. So I think it's the part of your search for the voice. Yeah. When you're just bombing, when you're trying to.
Yeah, you want the room to tell you where to go.
Yeah.
You know. And it's there's a few rooms that are really good like that. They just feel that energy, and it will tell you where it wants to go. You say your joke so much, this laugh gets that, and so you go, oh, they laughed at this, they're gonna laugh at that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you can rewriting your set in the middle of your set.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I mean, I've heard the story about Louis C.K. as well, how he could do one set and then he just goes to the different clubs for 5 more sets during the night, and he rewritten that completely. So that's an interesting thing, in my opinion. And especially when you're just in the moment at the stage, you're trying to control the chaos as well, and you're trying to come up with something that actually will just make it funnier or not.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you just I don't know. I live in the chaos. When the chaos is there, and I think you're a little bit like this too. But I don't know. You got to come out of it sometime. That's the thing. It's I like it to be a little bit uncomfortable because it makes the laughter when it comes later. It's a deeper, more euphoric type of feeling. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you're at this moment where you're where you're like, oh man, this is, it's like, I don't know. I think I tap into something, and I'll just, because I notice it whenever I see like a comedian telling like new jokes or something, and they could be great comedians, right? And that joke doesn't do too well or something like that. And it's like, but the other comedians who know that this person's a good comedian in the crowd, they laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like they laugh at the failure of that joke because they know this person knows how to do this, right?
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of tap into that where it's like when you create this moment of doubt, like, do they know what they're doing? And then they're like, oh yeah, they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like a relief, and you're just laughing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been like actually telling you about, like me doing sketch comedy before, like for 8 years, and there was a typical like gag, like how you would understand that sketch comedian is looking at your material and trying to like really have fun of it. So for example, they are sitting in the audience and it's just like complete silence, and sketch comic goes like, funny, he fucked up. That's the shit that you've been talking about. And like that's pretty interesting. I mean, comparing to the United States stand-up stage, like, I don't know where you've been doing like gigs mostly. Is it only Pennsylvania or like somewhere else?
Yeah, in Erie. But I'll travel to some mics. I've been to some mics in Ohio. Ohio's an interesting place. I don't want to... it's just one of those...
Yeah, so like if you're trying to compare the stage of Canadian stand-up and the stage of American stand-up.
Well, the thing with Ohio is like I forget that Ohio's education system is like so far behind PA's. You know what I mean? And so when I go over there, they're laughing at like scatological humor, and they don't know what the word scatological means.
Me neither. I mean, like,
it's scat.
Yeah.
It's It's humor. It's humor that has to deal with poop and bodily functions. Okay.
Yeah.
So and that's all they're laughing at. And then I get up there and I do what I was just talking about, making the whole room uncomfortable so I can get this big... No, they're not going to go for that. They're just looking at me like I'm an idiot, And I might be. I don't know.
No, I guess like if it works, if your comedy works like anywhere else, but sometimes you're just like hitting the wrong audience, you know what I mean? Like you're just getting into the room that is completely not understanding what are you talking about while you're doing that.
And that's the thing. It's like the audience, it tells you, it's weird. It's like a love-hate relationship. You don't want to blame it on the audience, but then when you go in there and it's not the audience you want, you're like, damn it. You know what I mean? You're a little bit mad because you're like, this is not the room I want.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't matter. It's the room you have.
That's true.
And so you still have to do it in that room, and you got to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like you might not you might bomb that night, but you bomb trying against the crowd you're not comfortable with.
Yeah, that's definitely a different thing.
Yeah.
And what I've also noticed, like, it really doesn't matter if you bombed or if you did the successful set, if you are actually doing whatever you would like to say from stage, like while you're doing your set. If you tried something and you had fun during that, you don't give a fuck about the reaction of the people who are sitting in there. I know that like a lot of people who are going to listen to this would say like, oh, you're fucking not right about that. Like we're doing comedy to make people laugh, but sometimes I don't think so. I mean, like it's mostly about make people think and laugh. So for me, like gain some thoughts, that's the biggest feedback that I can have, like mostly. And laughs is just like the secondary reward if we're trying to.
Yeah, and sometimes, sometimes the audience is with you.
Yeah.
But they're thinking. And they're not laughing because they're thinking, because they're trying to follow you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I learned, as you can tell, I'm a very loud, boisterous person. So to make the crowd listen to me, I found that if I talk a little bit softer and I really bring it down and then I start speaking slower, now they're listening to me. And then I hit them with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. It's just like you're creating tension.
Yeah.
And basically you're going to ASMR mode, and after you're just like hitting them with a sledgehammer on the head, which is also good because it's something that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like the first defensive reaction when they are just like burst out laughing, like, "Wah!" That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting thing. How do you think, who was your one of the greatest inspirations in comedy to do stand-up? You can just say names, for example, like local comedians or like Toronto comedians or just the greatest of all time, whatever comes to your mind.
You know, I don't know, man. Like, so... Like the Tom Green show was kind of real big, like, you know, when I was growing up, all that stuff was, you know, the prank shows and stuff. And Tom Green was kind of like the original. And then you have like Jackass and stuff like that. And, you know, we all were jumping in bushes and stuff. Because I hung out with a bunch of skaters. I didn't skate, but I hung out with a bunch of skaters. I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to hurt myself. So I didn't skate, right? I didn't have great balance. I didn't ride a bike till I was 15.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay? That's crazy. Because then I learned how to drive a car next year. You know? So, like, you know, I'm fat for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's like as soon as I learned how to exercise, I got into a car. You know, I'm sorry. I went on a crazy tangent there.
It's okay.
But,
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that's the truth. Why should we like be embarrassed with that? I don't know. Like, I mean, it's the thing that actually you were trying to do on a stage as well. As soon as you were like opening up and you were doing that.
Oh, I did answer your question, by the way. I just went on a tangent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
That's why we're doing this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, as far as like writing is concerned though, George Carlin is like writing is like he's like a poet, you know. I'm more influenced by art than anything else. Architecture, Frank Lloyd Wright, compression and release, you know. Just, you know, 20th century modernism in general. So like, you know, I like to joke that I'm called the Marcel Duchamp of comedy by no one. You know, because a lot of the stuff the comedy that I come up with is just found. It's stuff that happens.
Yeah, that's right. What I think is also really important, as soon as you are like having that kind of education, like that you're carrying with you. I mean, it doesn't mean that you need to know like the basic school stuff, but as soon as you're just like starting to dive more into the art, like different form of arts, to be honest. Music, I know that you're a musician as well. Music, performative arts, just the basic arts, comedy. You're just looking again for your own reflection, like in the mirror, what you see, and that's why it's making it relatable. And what you said about George Carlin, I think it's really good to understand. Like you said that he was poetic, but I've noticed that he was like he was dissecting the words. He was trying to dissect the linguistics. Like
he really did do that very well.
Yes. And
well, you have to have your own style, and I found out what works for me. All right, but that whole there are a few times where I'll write something and I was like, that has to be a Carlin joke, man. Like it takes time to learn to tell time, but only time will tell if you can tell time. You know, that sounds like something he would say, but I wrote.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not something. I had to look it up though.
Anyone else like?
Isn't that crazy when you write something and it sounds like something that one of the people you admire?
I think that's
would
because
write.
the influence. of the people. You can just definitely.
I know, but you have to go look it up. That you don't believe that you came up with it.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. Like you're shocked that you came up with it.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's because you're also, you're having the strong understanding how much does it value for people who are working on that, and that's why I've been talking about, like in the first season, I've been talking a lot about like joke theft. Yeah.
Okay.
Joke stealing. And I've noticed like not a couple, like 3 or 4 comics in Toronto are doing the same joke with different premise, but like, and the punchline is identical. The only thing they just changed like were the animals in the joke. But like people are laughing hard about it. No one cares about that joke because it was like on Reddit since the beginning of the time.
Oh yeah, it's real easy for people to just take stuff off the internet. Yeah, and it's like, you wish you could tell people to stop being funny, when they're posting, but you can't. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like people are stealing your stuff. Like you're, like, you know what I mean? Like if I was a really shy person, but I was funny behind a keyboard, I'd be kind of mad that other people were making money off of my jokes.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. And what impressed me, like how there was not the beef, but like there was a fact of joke stealing from Bill Hicks. Like I don't remember, like I guess his last name is Leary, but not for sure. But like he was doing the whole bit, the whole block of the bits about the drugs.
Yeah.
And that comic like just stole it and rewrite it. And what Hicks
was
did,
it Timothy Leary?
No, Timothy Leary is a little bit different guy.
Wait, who's that guy?
Nah, not one of that. But like, if I will remember, I will give the note in. But yeah, what I'm trying to say, like Hicks said, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna rewrite it so he cannot steal it anymore. And then he did it like again. But like that would actually, I think, can't make you big, because like if you have the similar vision of like a joke, of the setup and punchline, then when you're just like stealing it and just slightly change it, it won't make you bigger. Like it's also can be done as your joke, but you know what I mean? It has like the secondary effect of it. It's not that kind of
I don't know. All I know is that whatever you said, I'm not stealing. Because you lost me, dude.
It's okay.
It's cool. I got ADHD. It's cool. Yeah, I talk about it a lot.
We're gonna have a couple of moments on that on the recording, so
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. So yeah, you answered like about George Carlin. Someone else, like, okay, let's do the local stage. Any comics, any styles that you've actually seen in here, like from the newer generation, and you really loved it?
Yeah, so one thing I like to do is I learned from going to women showcases, like shows that it's like all women, and mainly because women are natural storytellers. Okay? Oh. And so, and the reason why I say that is I really appreciate the storytelling. And why is because I'm doing it again. When you're a good storyteller, you get the audience to listen to you. So if I can get the audience to listen to me and then I hit them with a crazy joke afterwards, right? I love it. I learn more from watching the women comedians in this city perform than the men. I mean, there's some really good joke writers here. I got to give it up for Alex DeWitt. He comes up with really great stuff all the time. He's probably, but, female comedian would be Pooja Joshi. All right. She puts on a lot of shows. She puts on shows with just women. And then, I took a class at Second City with Leanne Miladen. And so she does a lot of stuff with, she has the Mary Jane's of Comedy. I think it's once a month at Comedy Bar. Yeah, it's a showcase. It's like the longest running one in Canada of all women.
Yeah. I've heard about that.
Yeah, so go see those. Go see that showcase.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were having a small commercial inside. It's good.
Well, no, it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
because it's like, I'm telling you, female comedians, there's a lot. People are like, it's like, I can't stand men. I gotta stop being nice to men.
Oh, I mean, I know. Sometimes it.
Yeah, but you don't have men that like, I gotta stop being nice to men for all different kinds of reasons. Like, they think I'm flirting with them sometimes too.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but like in general, yeah, I think it's a good example of what to see here in Toronto, especially if people are coming just for the first time and trying to pick up the show, where they can just explore what they want to see. Yeah. For example, if we're talking about like the venues, do you have any specific venues like in Pennsylvania or in here in Toronto? Yeah, like where you actually love to perform and you think every time you're going in there, the audience is really cool.
Venues here?
Yeah. Let's take the part of the North America where you've been, where you've been performing.
Well, here, you can't beat Comedy Bar. Comedy Bar is just great. Both of them, actually. The Studio Theater at Comedy Bar Danforth is a great room. A lot of people don't realize this, but the Studio Theater at Comedy Bar Danforth is a really, really good room for, you know how like I'm talking about when the crowd and reading and being the room telling you where it wants to go. Like every time I've been in there, I felt that, right? And like people, but it's like whenever you do like a mic there, like a hot mic there or whatever, it's just a bunch of like people just waiting to get up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, but how do you get them to listen to you? That's where I honed. I have an affinity for that room, probably just because that's where I honed a lot of those skills that I talked about earlier. You know, was in that room trying to get an audience to listen to me that is not listening.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Like engage them more into
Yes.
what's going on the stage.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, like if we just we'll just talk about the comedian local stage as well. How do you think, like, have you noticed any specific like types of humor that are actually you never met before, like when you watch stand-up comedy? I mean, like from the certain person or any kind of people who were doing stand-up, like any kind of their vision. Especially, like, I know that you told me a story that you've been working at the funeral house. Yeah? And
oh, yeah. My dad was a funeral director for 42 years. He didn't own a funeral home, but he worked at one. And I worked there too. It was a very big funeral home. And I worked there since I was 15 years old. I worked there for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, just like doing like multiple little things.
yeah, so I mean, like, let's get rid of the stand-up in general, but like, I mean, you've met a lot of people in there, like different cultures probably, and
Yeah.
have you experienced like different sense of humor from those people, like, from multicultural human? I mean, like, you've been talking to me.
Yeah, because okay, everybody. The reason why he's bringing this up is because whenever he and Sergey are talking and they're talking to each other in Ukrainian around me, I was like, yep, another Ukrainian funeral, because we used to do all Ukrainian funerals. It takes me right back. And yeah, it's, you know what I do, you know what it is like, I don't understand what people are saying a lot of the time, you know, because I don't speak Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Right? But I do know what it looks like when somebody's happy or when somebody said a joke or whatever. And I think so like you're asking, like, do I see like a specific style of humor?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I would not know if there's a specific style, but I do know that, yes, he just told a joke.
but for example, if you know that people are just like doing the same thing in English, so they are not trying to adapt it like into American style or whatever, but they are saying what they think is honest for them. So, did you notice like any kind of differences in between of that? Because like,
Oh, I learned actually the funny thing. Okay, now I know what you're talking. I learned from selling cars when I sold cars for 5 years, is because I dealt with a lot of different people, but I dealt with a lot of different people's negotiation style.
yeah,
And a lot of multicultural negotiation style. And I got to tell you, it's different. It's funny. It's like some people, it's just, there's some cultures where, so like I sold a lot of vehicles to like people from Nepal.
yeah,
Okay. And they deal with one person only. And after you get to your bottom price, they ask you to drop it down 2 more times.
yeah,
Like that's not the bottom price. Like the price you shake on is not the price that you end up with. It's even lower.
yeah,
Right? You know what I mean? And it's like, but the thing is, it's like, this is how it works though. You accommodate them and then they're loyal.
yeah.
They bring you other customers. Like I ended up selling the guy's brother-in-law and all this stuff because, you get multiple customers doing that. And, but yeah, like, whereas like, yeah, negotiation styles are completely different. Like a typical white American, their negotiation style is, we're going to pay cash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As if like, because, a white American just assumes that everybody else has bad credit. And so they go, and the reason why everybody else has bad credit is because nobody pays for anything with cash. So the ones that come in and say, we're going to pay cash, are really the ones that have bad credit because they've never used their credit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing, dude. You're getting me into like too much. I feel like I'm selling cars again now.
No, that's great.
And I don't want to be in that position either. I honed some of my skills doing that.
No, I know
cars.
what you're talking about, but like I think in that point that's interesting because like you will never spot that, and it's not like the life hack. What are you
Yeah.
to say? But like it's a general example of what happens in there. So that's nice. That's interesting. I mean, every single time that you're like any different examples that you have like for different people as well, like what they're doing,
People
how they are trying to negotiate, for example.
like. You have that, and then I don't know. Like I don't have any more negotiation styles. All I know is that like it's negotiation is more nonverbal than it is verbal, and I think that that's another thing too that I pick up on a little bit is I try to communicate nonverbally. Because like you know what I'm saying, like. If I hold this a little bit longer and I don't say that right away, or if I have a certain cadence and I want it to be goofy, but I want it to be serious at the same time, I'll say it kind of goofy.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it also works in comedy as well. When you're just like relaxed, when you're a little bit goofy, but at that time you were serious as fuck as well.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you were talking about that, people are just starting to think that you were a little bit crazy from the stage.
Well, and just to go back to what you're saying earlier about art and stuff like that, I think comedy, especially in today's world, it needs to be multidisciplinary. Like art in general. Like, you know what I mean? You're a musician. It's like some of my favorite comedians that I've encountered in Toronto, back home, are accomplished musicians, or they have some other skill that art, some kind of anything.
That's what I've noticed as well. I mean, like a lot of comics in here are actually musicians. I mean, like for example, take Paris. He used to sing in a metal band.
I didn't know that about him.
Yeah, he really used to do that. And
that's cool, man.
Yeah. Who was else?
Yeah,
like,
you know what? I didn't give Paris the love, but when I was talking about local comedians, I really do. I actually respect Paris quite a bit. I do. He's different and he doesn't care.
Yeah, that's true.
And he sells it every night.
And what's the funniest part about it? That like even if the audience is not getting it, he just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He's just like, okay.
Yeah. And you know what? That's what's funny. That's what's funny is because that's why he sells it. Is because the audience, they might not be getting it, but then I've seen him in rooms where they're not getting it, and then like halfway through it, they're like, oh, you know, they like because to them it's absurd at that point that this guy does not realize that he's, you know what I mean? Like to them, they're like, does this guy really realize what he's doing right now?
Yeah.
You know, like the ones that don't get it, you know?
As soon as they are turning off their judgment, they're starting to have fun.
Exactly. As soon as they see him, as you know, as soon as they're like, okay. And see, that's like, you know, it's, yeah, man. He's Paris is, he's one of a kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else? Let's get back to that question that I was trying to start with. Yeah. But like in general, I think it would be fun. Like for example, what do you feel when you're writing and you're trying out the new stuff, but then at some point you're feeling that like the joke is not landing and you're like actually feeling that you bombed? Like, because a lot of people are saying it's just a part of the way, you shouldn't give a fuck about it, you should like keep going and whatever. But it's really hard, especially for people who are doing like the art. Yeah, like it's really important to be heard, to have like not the feedback, but like approval of your work. That's what I mean. So what do you think, like what was your feeling when you just not just bombed, but okay, you just put too much effort into the joke and then you like, and then it didn't land? That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know, man. I don't really think about that a whole lot anymore because like when you go to open mic, right? If there's like actual audience, like that's what every like open micer, you're like always praying for, actual audience in the crowd, right? Like people that haven't heard my joke before, you know, and stuff like that. And see, I feel like to be a better audience for other comedians, we have to, I know we might have heard this joke before, but everybody's going back and they should be. I'm not saying that everybody's doing it, but they should be revising. And they're like, okay, it didn't quite work like this. If I rearrange it this way, maybe it will work, right? And that's what comedians, like to be a good audience for other comedians, they should be listening for the revisions that have been made to make it, you know, punch more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I don't really think about that anymore. I feel like, and I guess it's one of those things when you start doing actual shows, right? And you actually have actual audience and like, you know, like your buddies book you on a showcase or something like that, right? Like, you know, and you have actual audience and you tell your jokes and you hear them do well. And then you're just kind of like, okay. It was like, one of the reasons why I like coming up here is because I know that a lot of comedians haven't heard my jokes. It really helps me. It really helps me. No, I mean this. Like, I know that in Toronto, for a lot of people, like, for them to be like, oh, you want me to travel outside? Like, I don't know. Sometimes when you go to other mics like that are further away from you, you have people that don't know your jokes. An entirely different room. It could be Ohio. Yeah. And you can learn like how to say poop jokes to get the Ohio people all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the scatological humor, you know? Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, it really is beneficial if you try to get outside your bubble to other places to tell your jokes where people have different points of view than you. You know, it's like Canadians laugh at different stuff than Americans do. I've noticed that. And I'll have jokes that can go either way. It's like an R.L. Stine novel. You know, pick your own.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a matter of perception. That's true. And every time that we're like trying to find that funny button, it's not about like making people laugh because of their sense of humor, but because of our sense of humor.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a little bit harder, because like sometimes people are, for example, I love like dad jokes. I completely adore that kind of genre.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to go and do dad jokes all the time, sometimes it's just fucked up, because everybody's like, what the heck, just the cheap puns, what's going on in there? But I mean, like in general, if it's clever, that's really good. And even if I will bomb, but I actually like the joke and I'm just saying whatever I would like to, I feel good after it, you know?
Yeah, man.
Same thing. Okay, and what I also wanted to talk about, content. We, like a couple of weeks ago, we started to talk about content. And I know that some of your videos, like mostly every time, like from winter, you're getting viral.
Yeah, I like how you said that.
Yeah.
Did you say that? What am I getting again? I know what you said. Yeah, viral. But I like the way you said it though.
Okay, for just the remark.
Yeah.
Like Matthew really loves sometimes my accent, and he understands. Yeah, like he says, I love what you're saying, but sometimes it's so different from actual.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like he'll be saying something, and then I'll just be like, wait. I says, I love what you're saying, but I was like, I know what you're saying, but I love the way you're saying it. I'm pretty sure that's something I've said to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, about the content, like, how do you think, what helped you to understand, especially dancing? You were doing a lot of dancing, and that's fun. I mean, the last one, the dancing with fire, that was so hilarious, dude. I mean, like, how did you came up with that? How did you come up with that? And like, what like still inspires you to go on with?
Okay, well, yeah, it's dancing is just something I like to do, right? And like, when I first got on Instagram to do the comedy stuff, you know, I didn't think I was gonna like go viral or really care. You know, I just did it to keep up with other comedians and stuff like that. And I do know how to market a little bit from, you know, my days of selling cars and stuff. Mm-hmm. I used to make commercials and things, but they're pretty nuts. But like like the dancing is just a way for me to market myself. And but the thing is, it's like, they were the videos that were getting attention.
Yeah.
And I think it was because they were relatable to a lot of different people. You know what I mean? Because I think when you see a stand-up clip or something, it's why there's like so many people that are influencers, and I can't, you know, it's like, I don't want to be selling somebody something, right? But then you have a lot of people, they turn to that influencer where they're trying to sell something, you know, and they're doing it through like they're doing it in a unique way, but it's still an ad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing that, right? Even though I am dancing in front of a Dollar General. I mean, I don't think that's an ad that Dollar General wants to endorse. That there's a big fire going on behind.
Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah, and yeah, I know it's cool. But it was basically, what happened there was I was on my way home from my parents and I, where I'm from Pennsylvania. There's a place called Spartansburg. It's called Dutch Treat. And it's like Amish cooking. And we were coming back from there. They do have a salad bar. Because we love in PA. I just gotta say this. In PA, we love our private property, our guns to protect that private property, and the only thing that in salad bars, the only thing that we share with our neighbors are the diseases that we get from salad bars. Right? Yeah. Like,
that sounds more like Kurt Vonnegut, exactly. Like, I mean, when you're talking like that, when you're making up a joke, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's a bit.
Okay, but that's a good bit. Okay.
Yeah, but see, I improv'd it in there. What were we talking about?
We've been talking about like the content creation.
Oh yeah, but so what had happened was we were on our way back, and it's like Amish country, and we're going through Union City, Pennsylvania, and there's a Dollar General there, but there's this house next door, and there was like a pine tree that blew over in a storm or something, and it was one of those situations where it's like, I got to get rid of this pine tree, but I'm gonna call up my buddy Steve. Will help me do anything for just beer and pizza, And they had this huge bonfire in the front yard, and it was huge, and it was right next to like a grove of trees, and they're just standing there. There's these two guys just standing there in the yard, just like, yeah. Then we went a little over. I think we overdid it, And next thing you know, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's right in front of Dollar Tree. There's the Dollar General. I said, there's the Dollar General sign. And I got out, I started filming. Now, Union City is kind of a messed up place. So there's like all these people in the parking lot that are kind of like, they think they're messing up my video or whatever. They don't know it's an Instagram reel and that they're not being recorded. So they're like saying like, they're not encouraging me. I love Toronto because they either ignore that you're even doing it and just keep walking. Acknowledge that you're making a video and they stop very politely, but they're a little perturbed, right? And then there's they join in, right? Like in where I'm from, like, no, it's like we're gonna just yell at all kinds of random stuff to wreck this dude's video, right? So, but jokes on them because, but and then it went viral. But I think it's just one of those things. It's just framed perfectly, because and it's the Ohio players, and there's like kind of a theme there too, because like I just danced over by the Toronto Peterson Airport.
Yeah.
Pearson. What is that? What the heck? Where did I get that from? I was like,
about Jordan Peterson or
no, Pearson, the Pearson Airport, and I had the jetliner go ahead, and I left the sound in, but that was an Ohio player song. Yeah. So there's kind of a little bit of I play these like Ohio player songs, and so there's kind of a theme there, I think, because it's the same artist. But like I don't know, like but the thing is, it's like my videos, they did get progressively better because of advice that I got from one comedian, and that comedian's from Toronto, and that was Pooja, and she said to record everything. And if she hadn't said that, I probably would have never stopped. I would have just kept on driving because it's a fire. Like, most people don't stop on the roadside by a fire and it's like, let's take a dance video. That's not a normal thing.
No, I think it's like not a dance video, yeah, but like we are living in that era when people are just coming by with like some crime or disaster, and they are just like taking out their phones.
And I think that's what makes it satire. That's what makes it funny. There's so much that could be said about that video, because that's what it's like in today's world, where we're too busy, we're distracted with our phone, or like there's a sale on TP and we're doing a dance in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wow, there's a dumpster fire going on behind us, just totally oblivious to everything that's going on.
There's basically like a lot of content is actually nowadays. I mean, that's the satire that you did. I mean,
yeah.
In general, but like I've seen a lot of people that are actually doing that shit, completely convinced that they are doing the content when they are just dancing, and they are not taking it like in comedic way. Yeah, like they are just doing it more in a serious way. So they are just like doing it in front of the camera while everything is happening behind them or whatever.
Yeah, my stuff is like the Waffle House that looked like a Hopper painting, you know what I mean? Like it looked like Nighthawks, all right? And I'm dancing in front of a Waffle House after I did one of those mics in Ohio where I was like, these people are stupid. And then I'm in front of a Waffle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, but it's like, and that's another thing that I found. I found when you bomb too, like when you bomb bad, like you almost the next set or the next like series of sets, if you have one bad bomb, like at the beginning of the week, and then you keep doing, like I don't know how many times you do open mics, but I do like 5 a week.
I'm just on a break right now.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it was different. I mean, like I could do 3-4 a week, and then like it could be like 5-8.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I try to do 5 a week. I try to do 2 if I can. I like Toronto for that because you could do like one earlier and then get one later. But like yeah, you got to get up there. But like you can bomb early in the week and then have 4 more shows that are like great. And the reason why is because now you're proving to yourself you can still do this.
yeah.
Like you're getting back up there. That's why after you bomb, get back up there because your best set's after a bomb. It really is.
Yeah, it's like a rise again. When
Yeah.
you're just rising through the shit that you experience. But sometimes there could be a series of bombing, and that also like makes you feel like shit. Sometimes I don't know like how it's in your
Well,
case,
because
in my case,
okay, so like if you continue to bomb, like that, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to be this guy that says that, but
okay.
like, no, I had this moment, and I have to think back to it because there's like a breakthrough that you make, and that breakthrough is when you're doing better than when you have more success than the bomb.
Yeah.
And the bomb is just like a hurdle, like a speed bump.
Yeah.
Then it's like, but yeah, before you get to that point, before you find that voice, right? We're talking about finding a voice, talking about being comfortable up there. Before you get to that point, it's a lot of experimentation. And the thing is like when you're experimenting, people don't know you're experimenting. They don't. That's why I'm saying the comedian should listen to see what the comedian's trying to do. Like, you know what I mean? Where they're going with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they should be making revisions. And it clicks eventually. It's like you have this series. I guess what happens is it either you figure it out or you stop. And I wouldn't want anybody to stop. But I guess like, and you know what? I wouldn't want anybody to stop a long time. Okay? I know that you've gone on like a little bit of a hiatus here and there.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, like,
but you come back to it, right? Sometimes you do need to clear your mind. Like I haven't been able, I got up on Wednesday. But
no, I mean like it's good because
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like this last week hasn't been a lot of mics for me, but it's okay. I'm cool with it.
I know. The thing that I've noticed, sometimes you need to live your own life, which makes you like more experienced. If you are just trying to create a bit out of everything while you're doing this, you're gonna burn out like fucking quickly.
Yeah, tell me. I make dance videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me. And when you see a good opportunity, you got to take it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, like, but in general, if you are doing it for a longer period of time, as soon as you're not getting sick, off a stage,
yeah,
you can keep going. As soon as you're feeling sick, something is not right. But also what I've noticed, and I've just found out a statement that I actually loved, and sometimes it gave me like most of the answers on my questions why I am bombing at some point. It's because, like, for example, you have a taste in arts, in culture, whatever, but you don't have the skills.
Okay.
And for example, you already know what you want to say, but you are not skillful to say it.
Okay.
And sometimes when you're just writing down the bit, and you don't know like how to actually deliver it.
Yeah.
Because of the lack of skills.
Yes. You know what? That's for you, like with the language skills, because you're talking about translating
Yes.
what you want to say. Yeah, see, you have a whole extra step, and I feel bad because you have that whole extra step, right? Because I know what you're saying, but I know what you're saying from my perspective, and my perspective is like there's a lot of times where I'll have an idea, and I'll like go, okay, I don't know how to translate that to the stage, so I'm trying to figure out how to translate it, and I only speak English, right? I speak a little Spanish, but not a lot, right? I did know enough that when somebody was talking, there was somebody sitting next to me at a bar here in Toronto, and they were talking about their little Chihuahua, and then they said no rapido el loco, and I started laughing because this meant he's slow and stupid, like crazy, like slow and crazy, and I started laughing because I didn't know what she was talking about. It was her Chihuahua. Anyways, it was, and because I laughed, then they were like, oh, this dude speaks Spanish. Yeah, so it was, but that's when I said, like, I can tell jokes too. Like, I knew it was a joke too. So it wasn't necessarily just the words. It was also because of the way it was delivered.
Yeah.
It was like, when you get into that, you're a musician, you hear don't you hear like it's like
the rhythm and the whole thing.
The fluctuation.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's also like in music. As soon as you're not skillful, your play on the instrument, it will be fucked up. I mean, like, as soon as you know how to attack, how to intonate.
Oh, yeah. You need to know what you're doing.
Yes.
But you got to be able to feel it once you know how to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't... There's knowledge and then there's wisdom, right?
True.
So, like, the knowledge is knowing how, right? The wisdom is knowing how to do it right all the time, right?
Sure.
And I think that's what it is like stand-up comedy. It's like just getting up there and telling the jokes. Like, everybody knows how to a certain extent, but they don't know how to do it well all the time. And that's what we're really working towards, right?
But that's where is the border, I guess. Like, where's the border? You were telling not the jokes, but you were telling your own perspective and not like the point of view. I'm not trying to say that you were doing your own point of view on that shit. Technically, yes, but like your perception, your perspective of truth that you're trying to say, it can be funny and you don't need to write the joke.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you mean like my perspective could be... Yeah, because my perspective is way different?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, their translation. It's like... But that's what I was saying, too. Like, so your perspective... Yeah, like... I think that everybody that does stand-up has a little bit of a screw loose. You know, or something. You know, just something... We all see things, and this is why I'm saying that it's multidisciplinary.
Yeah.
Is because, like, artists pay attention to detail. They pay attention to things that other people don't see. Like, I was standing out in Erie, Pennsylvania with some friends of mine, and we were talking about, like, different places to do a mic, right? And I was like, we should do it right here. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I says, don't you see what I see? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well... Hold on. And I take my phone out and I take a picture. And it's this beautiful picture of the downtown landscape with all of the light posts, all the way down to the, like, some people make the joke, it's the cock on the dock because it kind of looks like a dick, but it's the Bicentennial Tower, right?
Yeah.
And, or is it the Centennial Tower? It's the Bicentennial Tower. Man, I'm from Erie, and I don't even know. But like, yeah, but I mean, it's just like beautiful, and that's like on the bay, you know.
Yeah.
And you got Presque Isle behind it because we have a peninsula there, and then it's like Erie and Toronto in the grand scheme of things aren't really all that different because they have those barrier islands out there.
Mm-hmm.
We just happen to have a peninsula, right?
Yeah.
You know, because I think that any major town or whatever is basically built in has a bay because bays are like natural harbors, you know.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, we got on to maritime
That's
stuff.
interesting. No, I mean, like we're just wrapping it up as well, but like.
But I'm talking about detail, and
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's your perspective. That's interesting because like your perspective is completely different from other people.
Yeah.
And when you meet like some kind of points where you can match and relate, that's great. Okay, we're gonna do the last question. So like usually we know that shit sometimes that like at feedback mic they're asking like, pros, what are your tips on comedy? But here we're not like doing and not acting like a pros even. Yeah, but like what's your tip on comedy? Like what's your main engine that keeps you moving?
My main engine is just, I don't know, man, like I don't know, like it's like I feel like, I don't know, it can be healing in a way. Comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like to certain people.
Yeah.
So I feel like going out and making people laugh and stuff, it's not so much about me, because I don't necessarily think it makes me feel good. Like I think that to a certain extent, yeah, everybody, you always feel good after you kill and you have like that you know, that applause and that and all that. But like it's just it's more like, for me it's almost like, it's like, man, I hope I can, like, I hope that I hope, I don't know, man. Like for me, it's like the audience, I know what it is. I know what it is because I said this when I was the best man at I was the best man at my friend's, I was going to say funeral, but that was not good because we were talking about funeral homes and I was like,
Okay.
It was like, there's like best man, it's like talking about cultural differences.
Best man at a funeral, that's an interesting conception, I guess.
Yeah. And, but no, his wedding. And, his I hope his wife doesn't hear this. There will be a funeral. She'll kill me.
Share.
Yeah. But no. So basically, the maid of honor, she was nervous to give her speech, and I was too. But you know, it's obviously, why would I be nervous, right? And like there's two types of nervous. There's like I'm just nervous getting up and talking to people, right? My nervous is whether or not the audience is going to what is it? There's the getting up and speaking, and then there's nervous, well received. What I say will be, that's what it is. There's a nervousness of getting up in front and talking to people, and then there's also like being nervous that what I say will not be well received. Right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't care about, like, I'm not nervous about getting up in front of people, obviously. But the thing that I get nervous about is that whether or not what I say will be well received, you know, whether or not they.
Yeah. So again, the reception of the joke. Yeah, you're just getting more worried about that.
Yeah. So. You know what? I have a whole way of saying this, and I can't think of it right now. And I know I'm like butchering the whole damn thing.
I know, it's okay. I mean, like that's.
But no, because I have a certain way that I say this.
Yes.
But it's something that it's a thought that I've had and I've often imparted, and it's because
I mean, like if there is a tape, you should definitely send it to me so I can crop it out.
yeah, and then put this in. Yeah. Put it in place of this. Yeah, it's just that. It's not that they're gonna like what I say, but that what I say will be heard.
Mm-hmm. So, like, feeling that they will
understand what I am saying.
Related.
That's whoa. I might have just boom. Everybody that was listening right now probably got a big boom.
We'll crop it. Okay.
Hey, no editing.
Okay.
No editing.
All right. Yeah, like we will have an hour.
Dude, don't. Well, yeah, we'll have an hour.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
No editing. I can.
No editing?
Yeah, like if we're.
Don't edit this, please.
I will just add some sound effects. So okay, like.
All right. That's.
No, I mean like last.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes. Last request. Usually, like I'm closing up my show with some kind of like it's just a fragment of the track because unfortunately YouTube is not letting me due to copyright to put the whole song in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like whatever is whatever is the track that you're thinking about, the song, the composition that you think like people should hear and should listen to, and it actually like you relate to it at this moment or whatever, like the most relatable thing. Yeah, music.
I don't know, man. Music, like my most relatable. I did hear a pretty crazy thing. Like, so there's a song by Radio, and it was I heard it on the radio. The song by Radio, but let me tell you. Can I just tell a story about my dad?
Yeah, for sure.
Instead, can I do that instead?
Okay. And then I'll put the song that I.
No. You can put the song in there because it does involve music. So it is Father's Day, and so he's a weird dude. Like growing up, like so music. My mom and my dad both introduced us to music and stuff. My dad loved like all kinds of music, and or he still loves all kinds of music. Yeah, I made it sound like he's no longer with us. He's very much with us. No, that was a scary thought. But no, he. You're probably wondering which is a scary thought, whether he's with us or not with us. No, oh damn, it's Father's Day. I'm sorry, Dad. No editing. Anyways, so. Oh, jeez. But so he had this cassette tape of Ravi Shankar.
Yeah.
Like the sitar musician, and you would always tell when he was coming home, right? Because because you'd hear this sitar music from a block away. Yeah, and it's like, oh, Dad's on his way home, and then now you fast forward to today, and he blames other people's accents for the reason why he can't hear. He's like, I can't hear you. Yeah, it's because you were playing Ravi Shankar, like way above where you should have been playing it in the car.
Okay, I think.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that would be the track that we're putting in.
Yeah.
If you will remember some name of the track of Ravi Shankar,
I don't know, and that's the weird thing. It wasn't even like an actual cassette with like actual tracks. It was an instructional tape. So Ravi Shankar got on and would be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. And then like go into because like in like sitar music, like there's like I think I don't know if it's 8 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like different, and but they count them, and then it's like I can't even do it. But there's he does that like rhythmic stuff, like
call, I guess.
Yeah, there's like rhythmic stuff too, like I'm not even gonna try. No, like
syllables for each.
Yeah, that like
Yeah.
Something like that. I only know that because I used to listen like like something like I'm not even doing it justice. I probably shouldn't even be doing it.
No, it's cool. I mean, like in general, that's interesting to know, and that's how we end up our talk on Father's Day.
Yeah. No editing.
Of course. Thank you for coming. I remind you that today Matthew Cumming was with me. Just follow him on Instagram. Can you give us the reminder? What's?
Oh yeah, it's Fatso Comedy, and that's PHATFATTSO comedy.
Okay.
Okay. That's the handle.
I'll tag you on that one. I guess I'll do the post and we can just.
Yeah.
You can follow Matthew and follow him. He's really funny. Thank you for listening.
Follow Vova. You probably already do if you're listening to this.
Someone
but I
does,
don't know.
someone not.
I don't know if he has people in the basement and he's making them listen to this. And they are not following him because they don't have a phone. He's just making them listen on his... Never mind. See, there we go. See, sometimes, I'll tell you something. Sometimes I bomb because I forget to bring the room back up. And then everybody's just like, this dude's a major creep. That's when you do improv. Okay, can we just one last thing?
Yeah, for sure.
I know. Okay, because I didn't talk about improv, and I love doing improv. Okay, I hate doing improv with people that don't do improv. Because and when you do an improv in a stand-up room, they don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So they see your character, and in a stand-up room, a lot of these jokes are very personal. So it's a very personal experience. So everybody's expecting like a personal. They don't realize it's a character, right? So when you're doing it and you have a panel or something there, and they're like, kind of making fun. They're roasting more than they are. They're roasting you more than they are doing improv with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now I have to go even deeper with that character and make that character very uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like if you're a creep and then they're making fun of you for being a creep, you got to be creepier in the improv world. And then it happened to me.
Yeah, like heightening the stakes.
It's like, you know, you have a variety mic, but then you have improv comedians that don't have people to do improv with.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in that situation. Obviously you're good. You let me improv a whole new thing right then there.
That's good. I mean, that was really fun to talk to you. And yeah,
I had to bring it back up after I was going to end it on that really crappy note. Did you hear where I was going? When I was like, he might have people in his basement.
That's true.
Which I'm in this apartment, and I don't think there is a basement, by the way.
It has two. It has the front and the
there's two basements. Yeah, but they're occupied, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was about like 8 doors when we walked in here. I was like, this hallway, at least you got a window, and it opens up to a brick window.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's no way you're getting out that. I wouldn't fit. No. No. You know what? I just realized that if there's a fire in here, I'd die. Because I couldn't get out. Okay, we're wrapping this up now. I think we're done. I think we're done. All right, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
I love how you took the control on that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was the first episode of Draftful Dodger, the second season of Draftful Dodger. Please subscribe. And now we're going to listen to some track of Ravi Shankar. Stay up with us. Follow me on social media. And that was the nice talk. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.